also from Spain, which has an extraordinary number of storytellers. And by special request, we have managed to procure another of the great storytellers from Spain. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Silvia.
Well, my story takes place in the steppes of Kazakhstan. You know, Kazakhstan is a big country in Central Asia, and it borders with Mongolia, with China and Russia, okay? And there lives our protagonist, Aldakoze. Well, he was walking across the steppe. It was really cold. There was a thick layer of snow. It had actually started to snow. So he was freezing cold as he was wearing a holy coat. It had 70 holes and 90 patches. He was absolutely freezing. It was terrible. Suddenly, he heard some horse's hooves. Riding on a fine horse was a rich man, wearing his furry hat, furry coat, and furry mittens. Aldakoze started singing a song. I'm so happy, I'm so lucky, I'm so warm today, yay! I'm so happy. Suddenly, a rich man pulled up his horse. He stared at Aldakoze and said, "Why are you so happy? How can you be warm in such a holy old coat?" And he said, "Well, this is no ordinary coat. This coat is magic. You know, if I open it up, the wind goes in through one hole and in through another hole, and I keep toasty, toasty warm." So the rich man said, "I want your coat. I will give you a bag of gold." Aldakoze said, "I'm sorry, but it's not on sale. It's a gift from my grandfather. Besides, what am I going to wear if you take it away?" So the rich man said, "All right, I'm going to give you a bag of gold and my furry coat." Aldakoze thought about it and said, "All right, add the mittens and the hat, and my coat's yours." So they exchanged the items. Aldakoze put on the furry hat, the furry coat, and the mittens. He tucked the gold bag in his pocket and left as swiftly as he could. The rich man put on the holy coat. He opened it up, and he let the air get in through one hole, in through another hole, and in through another, and in through another. 70 holes. He started to shiver. His teeth started to chatter. He was freezing cold. Oh dear, this trickster. Meanwhile, Aldakoze got to his friend's yurta. Well, a yurta is a big tent made of skin where people from the steppes live, in Mongolia, in Kazakhstan. He was boasting about his trick. He was very happy, you know what I mean? And one of his friends said, "Well, this rich man, he's going to find out. And he will want his coat back and his money back and everything." Aldakoze said, "Oh, come on. He's a blundering idiot. I'm going to trick him again. Don't worry about that." Suddenly, the rich man burst into the yurta and he said, "This coat doesn't work. You tricked me." Aldakoze says, "Oh dear, now I remember. My grandfather said that the coat would only work for me, so I'm sorry about that." And the rich man said, "Well, you give my coat back and my money back and my hat and my mittens." Aldakoze said, "I'm sorry, but a deal's a deal." "Oh dear, you tricked me, you rascal, you rogue." Well, Aldakoze says, "I couldn't have possibly tricked you because I left my bag of trickness back at home." rich man's mouth fell open. What a bag of tricks. Well, I can't show you. I've just told you it's at home. And the rich man says, okay, I'll lend you my horse. You go home and show me your bag of tricks. And so Aldecose hops on the rich man's horse and goes home. Once at home, he takes some flour from the pantry, he puts it in his pocket. Then he fetches a knife and cuts the horse's tail off. He then goes to his friend's yachter. He digs a little hole. He buries the horse's tail inside it and lets some part of the tail poke out. Then he gets into his friend's yachter. Oh, sorry, I forgot something. He pats some flour on his face to look really pale, and he gets into his friend's yachter. One of his friends says, "Oh, Aldecose, what's happened to you? You look as if you've seen a ghost." And Aldecose says, "You know, the rich man's horse, it's been possessed by a demon." And the rich man says, "Oh, you're tricking me again." "No, I'm not. I'm serious. You know, I was getting home when suddenly the ground started trembling. There was a rumbling sound, and suddenly your horse reared up, turned around 3 times, and then he spoke in a human voice. He said, 'Master, I'm coming.' Just then, the earth opened up, and your horse disappeared." The rich man said, "Oh, come on, you're tricking me again. That's not possible." "Well, I can show you. I can show you the place where he was buried." And they go out, and they see the horse's tail poking out. "You see? Your horse is there. I was telling the truth." The rich man starts pulling the horse's tail, and Aldecose tells him, "Yeah, come on, pull it. You're going to recover your horse." And he starts pulling and pulling and pulling until, whoop, the tail is in his hands. And Aldecose says, "Oh my God, now it's disappeared forever. You won't recover your horse." And the rich man starts weeping. "Oh dear, my poor horse. I'm so unhappy." He wipes out his tears, and Aldecose takes a little hole, buries the tail, and then he lays a little signpost on it, saying, "Here lies a tail." And a very good tail it was. Aldecose was now rich, had a bag of gold, he was warm, he had a furry coat, hat and mittens, and he had a fine horse which grew a long tail after a while.
Oh.
There are more Aldecose stories, like the one, and the best one is the one in which he married Shigabai's daughter. But I'll tell you this story any other time. Thank you.